Righto. I think so. Like, everybody's a little bit different with their cancer journey or battle or what do you want to call it? I don't know. People call it a journey. Like, I call it cancer battle. You can call it death sentence because that's what you think you're going to happen. You think you're going to die. Cancer means death in most people's minds. But you got to be positive, and it's hard. But you got to be, how would you say it? You got to, I don't want to whittle off this way. Yeah, cancer, and fatigue, like you get a lot of fatigue. That's the only thing I really had wrong, besides having cancer inside my neck. Well, couldn't have been cut out. So it was 6 rounds of R-chop. Google if you don't know what it means. It means chemo treatment 6 rounds every 3 weeks. That's what it was called, R-chop. Quick abbreviation, I think it was. And I was still working with that, and as soon as that stopped, my face blew back up. So, and I could still feel it there when I had it. And the ironic thing is, they give me a certificate at the hospital in Trobe I was having it, and a medallion saying, congratulations, you completed your chemo treatment. Guess what? It's still there. And I had probably 3 weeks in between when I had a doctor change. And yeah, and I was lucky I got on the trial treatment, put my hand up. First one in Tassie to have it. There's another gentleman a few weeks off me, a few cycles off me. I don't know how he's going, but he hasn't had the full one. I've been through it all. They said, Dazz, you got to do this. And I said, yep, no worries. What's this I'm having? What's that? Is there anything I can do to help it better? And I've always had a target. Like they say, Dazz, you'll be here for 3 days. I'll try to get my mind in that frame of mind. I'm going to be out early, like I was in January. Like I've always been 2 and 3 days early, where I need to be. And everything's been, as I say, not a hassle for them. They got a, well, how would you say it? I've got a lot invested in the team that's looking after me, my 3 doctors. And I lost one in Tassie, and I got my trials nurse and all the other nurses who chipped in, student nurses, everything with me. And yeah, they got a lot. I've got a lot invested in them because I didn't want to die, and they got a lot invested in me. The first one to have it, and I've walked through it pretty much all the way through. Cancer's always stayed in my neck. My blood's been always good. And I've done what I've asked. I'll never give them shit, pretty much. Like I see some people in there and they're into the nurses and that don't fly with me. Get away from me. But yeah, I've always done what needed to be done. Followed a few simple rules. Stay away from groups of people. Because low immune system, when you're cancer, you don't want to get in crook. Which I never have. Always follow my rules. If you've got to go to the supermarket, if you need to go early in the morning. Early in the morning or late at night when there's nobody around. That's the other thing. Same thing, really, if you do got to go to town. Try to stay away from the doctor's surgery. Just limit myself to the Hobart Hospital. And just keep clean. So there's no germs. And when it comes down to it, you gotta, I know it's hard to say, I've had patches there. You gotta be positive and you gotta have the right up here. Because it's strange, yeah? Fatigue, your body's fatigued and you're still at a stage you want to give up. You know you don't want to, but that's what you're feeling and you're thinking, you know, this is the end or whatever. You just got to keep on fighting. Because you never know, tomorrow they might have a cure for it. But they said to me, Dazz, you're the first one to have it. Would you like to donate some bloods and tissue samples and this sort of stuff to the trials clinic as well? And I said, yeah, go for it. No hesitation, because I lost my mum and lost my pop, and a couple of other people's lost people to cancer, and I'm thinking, well, if I can give them something to work with, and they can, you never know, they might get a cure out of it. I go as a number. There's no names or whatever, it's a number. Probably got another one of me running around somewhere, clone me, but you gotta do what you can do, and if that can help somebody, why not? Like, if I can lead the way and help other people, like the other person who's having the same treatment after me, lead the path of the way for him, and he's just, yeah, not listening, doing the right thing. Yeah, he wants to live, I don't blame him. But he was in a room with me, and they said, like, besides he's on the same trial treatment, he didn't give a fuck, pretty much. he was going to the pub as soon as they let him out. And he was talking to the nurses real, how would you call it, like, I don't want to be racist or nothing, but that's what he was talking to them like. Oh, where you from, how long you been here, all this sort of crap. Everybody's got different nationalities at the hospital. That's just the thing. But I'm not going to sit there and ask them where they're from or whatever. That's just wrong. Do what you're told. He should have pretty much. Then I could have helped him. I could have. How are you getting through this? How are you going? Like, you know. But no. Then it comes stem cells. I walked in, done my January, got them out 2 days early. 2 bags of stem cells, and then had the November off. I had December off. Had Christmas at home. Then straight back in January the 1st. Had a heavy week of chemo first up. That was heavy. That was to the stage your hair fell out. Like, use your imaginations. She was here today, gone tomorrow. That was. Kept my eyebrows up. I always kept them and kept arm hairs. At the moment, I'm growing a mo. Just unreal. Hair not going anywhere else. But, yeah. And then stem cells, I was out a few days earlier than I had needed to be. That's how well they reacted and went in, and yeah. Had a little bit of a belly bug, but they said that's a common thing. And apart from that, there was nothing else. And when I went back in, and my doctor to be checked up and get back on my needle, because the chemo was done, and see how I'm going, and they said, Daryl, like, they don't do that part now. So you just walk through it like nothing else. So I don't know what sort of conversations they'd have in their board meetings, but they called me the poster child of it. Yeah, lead the way, number one. And it was actually good because I caught up with the doctor I haven't seen for a little bit because he's been in the blood lab, and he said it's actually good to see you healthy and everything's perfect. Like, can't feel nothing in your jaw. So that's 3 people said that. There's nothing in my jaw. But time will tell. It might be just sitting there, and it might not. It might be scar tissue. But yeah, he said he was my prodigy. He said, I got a lot invested in your Dazz, so you're doing well. He said, I'm happy to see it. And that makes you feel good, right? You see, you sit in there when you're having your needle, you see all these other people who you see each time, and it's hard because some of them's lost their hair and some of them's pretty thin. And like me, I sort of didn't lose any weight. I haven't lost any weight, I put it on. And they said, that's good, your body's really good shape. But yeah, it's hard because you sort of, like a lot of them you speak to, how you, because it's like a weekly thing we see them. Like, it is. And it's sort of, every time I go in, I'm having a different nurse, so I'm meeting a new nurse each time. Well, I've spoken to, but I've never had look after me. So that's good as well. It is. But yeah, she's pretty hard. Fatigued the body. The body's going to take, well, I hope it comes back to normal. Like, I do what I can now, but you still feel rooted pretty much. It is. But you got to do what you got to do. As the old saying goes, how you feeling? Not too bad, all things considered. That was my biggest saying. Everybody laughed. But it is, it's hard. You see other people with it and they're in worse shape. Like, we're all same sort of thing, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see them like that. That's why I sort of jumped on and jagged my hand up. I'll try it. Trials treatment. They got sponsors and that. It's from the mainland. A few people do it in the mainland, so it's sort of a mixed bag. And I was the first one in Tassie, and yeah, I'm leading the way, which is good. Like, I'm pretty stoked with that. Like, not so much. I'm stoked if it helps somebody. Like, I get through it. Then if someone else can get through it, then they get through it. And like, yeah, if they can do something with me tissue samples and all this sort of thing, and you never know. Like, someone could stumble on a cure. You wouldn't know. That's the thing. Oh, it's probably unlikely. No different cancers and that, but you never know. It could, something I could donate to it or lead the way for other people to get over it. Yeah. Like, I might be the one off. Might respond to me, and the next 25 people mightn't, work. But I've done the full treatment where there's no stem cell part no more. So I'm the one who's done the full shebang, pretty much. So the daylight savings clicked over on the weekend, and it was officially 12 months when me and little Dazz come back from the lakes. My face was blown up. I went to the doctors and he banged me into everything he can get me into. Then I went to Launceston and spat shits when they wanted to keep me in overnight, but no one will know now. I've had to. But, alright, I'll leave you a little talk and see you all later.